What is up, everyone? Mike Morrison here from the Membership Guys. Today I'm going to be talking all about growing your audience, because regardless of what Kevin Costner may have taught you, build it and they will come is not a valid strategy, especially when launching a membership site. If you try to launch your membership, before you build any sort of following, before you have any email subscribers, Facebook group members, an audience to sell to, you're going to find it a little bit of an uphill struggle. So today I just wanted to talk about the three main ways of growing your audience. So let's do it. Memberships take a lot of work. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears goes into creating a successful membership. And so the last thing you want is to open the doors and just have no reaction. Crickets riding on the back of tumbleweeds, because you haven't actually had an audience to sell to. You haven't had a following. You've gone with the approach that, okay, I'll build the product first and then I'll try and find some people to buy. And that's a flawed approach for many reasons, not just because it'll make it harder to actually build momentum for your membership, but also because you need to have access to almost a study group, a focus group within your audience to verify your idea, to verify they want what you're selling, so that you know that the product you're creating is actually something the market needs, and the specifics of what you offer are actually going to be fine-tuned to what your audience are interested in. So how do you actually build that audience? There's three main ways, the three B's of audience growth. First way to build your audience, to grow your audience, is to build it. All right, this is the organic route. So this is where you grow your audience one subscriber at a time, one follower at a time, one Facebook fan at a time. And typically you'll do this through content marketing. So you'll blog, you'll podcast, and you'll put out free content to get people to your website, where they then subscribe to your email list, or maybe they go and join your free Facebook group and they become part of your active audience. It's important when I'm talking about audience as well. Twitter followers, Facebook fans, Instagram followers, they are not your audience as such, in context of having an audience that you can mobilize, that you can monetize. We're generally talking about email subscribers or members of a free Facebook group, people who've taken an extra step to actually show that they want more from you. So first way of building your audience is organically. You build your audience. That's the first B of audience growth. Build it organically. It's the best way to do it in terms of ensuring that, you know, the people who are following you, who are on your email list, they have built a little bit of trust with you. They've consumed your content. They know who you are. They have connected with you. You're able to demonstrate your expertise and show that you're someone who can help them solve problems. But the downside of building an organic audience, building your audience organically, is it takes time. It can take a lot of time. It can take months or even years to build traction with that. And in some cases, you might not have that time, particularly with everything going on in the world right now. Maybe you need to accelerate the process. So the second B of audience growth is borrow. So you borrow somebody else's audience. This is where you partner up with established experts and influencers in your field who have the audience, they have the market that you want access to, and they're not putting out a similar product to you. So they have the direct route to the very audience you want to reach, but they're not selling a membership. So they're not serving necessarily the same need that you can serve. So you could approach these people and partner up with them as a joint venture or an affiliate promotion, whereby they put you in front of their people, and those people in that audience become part of your audience. And you work out some sort of commission, some sort of revenue split in exchange for every sale, every referral that they send your way. So you're borrowing their audience, you're tapping in to their platform. Borrowing someone else's audience can also just mean getting onto established podcasts as an interview guest, getting featured on a guest blog or something like that, where once again you are being showcased in someone else's platform in front of someone else's audience. So this again can be a great way of speeding up the process, because you're not having to wait the amount of time that it can take to organically grow your email list and your following via regular free content. You get to accelerate that a little bit by tapping into other people's audiences. The downside of this approach, however, is that it can take a little bit of nuance to strike up those relationships. Not everyone is going to be receptive to affiliate partnerships and joint ventures and stuff like that. So it takes a bit of work on the networking front, on forming those connections. But if you can make those connections and borrow someone else's audience, then that can really accelerate your own growth as well. And then the third B, so we've had build organically, borrow someone else's audience. The third B is to buy your audience. And that is exactly what it sounds like. If you've got money, but you don't have time, so you're money rich and time poor, you don't have time to grow your audience organically over the space of several months, you can put that budget into paid advertising. So rather than waiting the time for Google to pick up your blogs and that traffic to come in, you just spend some money directing traffic to your website and getting those people on your list and growing your audience faster that way. Now, this is the fastest of the three approaches. It's faster than organic growth. It's generally faster than borrowing someone else's audience, because you don't need to network, you don't need to schmooze these influencers as much. If you've got the money, then this will fast forward the process for you. The downside is you don't want to put all your eggs in that basket, because if your entire audience growth strategy is based around spending money on ads, and then suddenly the cost of advertising quadruples, then that's going to have a major impact on your business. So that's something to weigh up as well. So those are the three main ways, the three main approaches for growing your audience: build it, borrow it, or buy it. Now, the best strategy, generally, you will have a mixture of all three. You'll typically be putting out content and have that undercurrent of organic growth going on in the background. Maybe using some Facebook ad budget to accelerate and amplify that a little bit. And then once you've got a little bit of traction with your organic content, so you can actually prove that you're someone who knows your stuff, that's when you can reach out and connect up with influencers and propose affiliate arrangements and joint ventures with them. Hopefully this has been useful to you. Again, I just want to reiterate the importance of having a following, having an audience that's already established before you dive into running a membership site, because the worst time to find out that there is not a buying market for your membership is the day that you launch. So you want to make sure you've got that audience, you've got that following for when you open the doors, to ensure you get off to the best possible start.